All right, I'm gonna give you guys an update on the dilemma I had when it came to the Neo Geo or the Sega 32X. I wanted to get one or the other. I asked you guys' feedback, and this weekend was the weekend. I was gonna pick up one or the other, but something different happened. Want to talk about that, and I want your guys' thoughts and opinions on what has actually happened. So, thank you guys for the support. Like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Let's get into this video. Okay, I went into this store. Shout out to these guys. These guys are absolutely awesome. It's a place called KillerFinds. It's outside of Atlanta, Georgia, near the Hiram, Dallas area. And they do really good work as far as providing a great service of, buying video games. It's one of my go-to places that I go to buy video games or whatever. So when I walked in there, I already knew they had the Neo Geo. They had the Neo Geo, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to get that. And maybe they have a 32X because I know they have 32X games. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get, one or the other. And I was looking around and I asked the guy, do you guys have a 32X? Because I know they have the games. He's like, no, there's a couple places may have it or whatever, but they do not have a 32X. And I was kind of skeptical of buying a 32X online. So I never was, that wasn't really an option. Same thing with the Neo Geo. Most of the time you find a Neo Geo, the Neo Geo is kind of like in Japan or whatever. And I don't have a problem with that, but something that expensive, I don't necessarily want to try to get one from over there and bring it this way. I'm not saying that nothing would happen. It's just I'd rather just buy this product on hand and bring it home. So he didn't have a 32X, didn't have a Neo Geo, and I saw the price of their Neo Geo, and I was like, yeah, it's not a bad price. It's in very good condition. It is beautiful. It looks great, and I don't mind taking that home. But there's one problem with the Neo Geo that I do have that I didn't mention in the last video. That controller for the Neo Geo, not the handheld controller, but the actual arcade stick. It has 4 buttons that go across, and me playing fighting games with that is it's kind of like you have to play with all 4 fingers because it goes across in a straight line. And I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to get my muscle memory up to par to play with that, because I'm used to playing with a 6 button or 8 button controller where there's 2 2 2 going across, or 2 2 2 and 2 going across. Was like how the original Street Fighter arcade stick is. I'm used to that in pretty much every game. So I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, but I love the Neo Geo. I love the games. And the fact he didn't have a 32X, it was kind of like out of the picture. So I was like, I'll probably go to another store and find one. But before I left, I saw some things that caught my eye. And I already had a budget of what I wanted to spend. So it wasn't really that big of a deal if I, whatever I get. And I saw these things and I want to show you what I got. And I guess you could call this somewhat of a pickup video or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I purchased these. I may add this to another pickup video that's down the road. That'll be an official one. So I went to the GameCube section of the store, and they had these 3 games that I had. I mean, they had 3 games that they had, and I was like, y'all really got these. These games don't come across, if ever. I rarely see them out in the wild. I usually see them on eBay. I may see them at a convention at a high price, and I was like, ooh, this is going to throw a monkey wrench in everything. So I ended up picking up 3 games that necessarily not on my retro game list, and I'll explain why the last few retro games that I want are not on this list, but I'm glad that I got them, because at the end of the day, these are kind of like forgotten games for the GameCube, and I'm glad I picked them up. So the first one I want to talk about that I did pick up, and it's not in the best shape, but it's good enough for now, and I'm glad that I got it. I ended up getting Resident Evil 2 for the GameCube. Now, if you're looking at this, it looks kind of weird because of the cutoff right here. This is a homemade, or was a printed cover for this. But to me, I can find a way to get this up to par. But I do have the game, and there's no manual as well. But the fact that you don't see Resident Evil 2 for the GameCube out in the wild as much at the price that I got it for is I had to pick it up. I had to get it. Some people say this is the definitive version of this form of Resident Evil 2, and I kind of stand by it. I do like the Dreamcast version, and I mean you can't go wrong with the PlayStation 1 version. I mean that's the classic right there, right? And then there's a N64 version which I had a chance to buy a last few times when I was out and about, but to me, I just never did. I never really wanted it, But I did always want the Resident Evil 2, and it kind of reminded me I wanted Resident Evil 3. Now, why this is not this game and the other ones I'm about to show, why they're not on my list of the last 6 to 8 retro games that I want? These games are out of reach for the most part. You don't find these games in the wild that much. Maybe you guys do, but I don't. And when I saw it, I had to get it. The next game that I want to show is a game that is in very good shape, and I'm glad I picked this up as well. And this one is, you don't see much of this one as well. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I'm so glad I picked this up. Now I have the first one. The first one is great for the GameCube, and I always wanted to get the sequel, and there's a trilogy as well. There's a third one as well, but I just really wanted to get these, but I could never find these, so I never really thought about putting these games on my list. Like I said, on the back burner. They're not like the other games that I talked about prior, like the Giga Wing 1 and 2, Sega Rally 06, Street Fighter EX 1 and 2. Those you can find those in certain places. These GameCube games aren't really available for the most part outside of being at a convention or you just happen to run across it. This game has everything. It has the beautiful instruction manual like it's never been touched. Oh wow, this is absolutely gorgeous how well this is. And it has the subscribe to Nintendo Power thing. It has Prime Hunters. It got all this stuff in here. It has a complete package in this thing. And I'm so glad that I was able to pick this up for the price that I got this as well. And this is another reason why I didn't get the 32X or the Neo Geo. Last but not least, the last game that I got from the GameCube that I picked up is another game that I don't think will be ported over or to anything. Like I said, Resident Evil 2, Metro Prime 2, those games are ported in other places. You could probably get those, but this game is not, you're not going to find this anywhere. And I don't think Konami has any, I will be surprised if they port this game again. Metal Gear Solid, The Twin Snakes. This is a very expensive game, but I got this for a really good price. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know if the price went down on the price charting or whatever, but for the price I saw it for, I had to pick this up along with the other two. So these 3 games that I got they're pretty much up there when it comes to GameCube games. But I saved more money by not getting the 32X, and I damn sure saved more money by not getting Neo Geo. And I think I got a better deal out of getting these games. Now, you look at this, it has the instruction manual also in great shape. Both discs are right here. I was a little bit worried about these discs because I don't know if you see them, but the cover of them, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit scratched. There it is right there. You can see the scratch on the cover of the disc. Let me see. I wish I would have put some more light on here. I apologize, y'all. See how it's a little bit scratchy right there? Even on the second one, there's a little scratch on it. Enough of that. But you kind of see what I mean. But when you open up the disc, and I was like, wait a minute, did I get ripped off? But no, when you look at the disc, it's in really good shape. They're good to go. So I was kind of worried about that. But nevertheless, I got these 3 games, and to be honest, I think I got a better deal out of getting a Neo Geo or a Sega 32X. Because listen, like I said about Neo Geo before, the Neo Geo is a system that basically have all their games ported pretty much everywhere. There's no exclusive game that's not on the Neo Geo that I don't think that I can't, I could pretty much buy them either way, whether it's Steam, they have their games on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 through the game store. They also have their games in other places outside of Steam. I think they're on Xbox as well. Hell, even some of them are on the Nintendo Switch. So it's like, why would I buy, at the time when I saw the console was like $800. It's in great shape, but it's like $800 console. Like, why would I buy that? And when I can get the games anywhere and everywhere. Same thing with the 32X. I was gonna buy the 32X just to play NBA Jam, Tournament Edition, Mortal Kombat 2, and Doom. Well, I got Doom on my PC. I have Doom on other platforms. Mortal Kombat 2, I got that on pretty much the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I got it on the Saturn. I have it on MS DOS. I have the Mortal Kombat collection on PS3. There's a lot of places you can play Mortal Kombat 2. NBA Jam Tournament Edition is the same thing. Just take MK2 out of my last statement and drop NBA Jam Tournament Edition in that space in that statement. Same thing. Virtual Racing, that's out now. That's been ported over. So there's a lot of games that are on the 32X that are still locked to the 32X. But when I look at the big scheme of things and I think about all the ways I could play those games in different places, and it's one of the systems that I do play in an emulation fashion on my PC, because you buying that mushroom looking console, you wiring it all up, putting it on your Sega Genesis, and you got to use the other power cable and all this stuff. It's really a lot. And don't get me wrong, I would love to get one of these consoles, but with the dilemma I was in, and I saw these three games, when I saw these three games, it was like, yo, why not get these? I think I got a better deal. Out of that, knowing the pros and cons, I'm not going to be able to play Metro Prime 2 Echoes anywhere. I mean, I think I played on my Wii U. I think I have it on the Wii, matter of fact, from the store, the Wii shop before that closed. I think I bought the trilogy. Don't quote me on that. I think I did. Resident Evil 2, this version of Resident Evil 2, you're not going to play this anywhere else. I mean, you got the other ports, but this is the definitive edition of that port, in my opinion. And where are you going to play this at? Outside of emulation, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people say, why didn't I just emulate these games? To be honest, I don't like playing, emulation, to be honest. That's why I wanted to get a 32X, even though I can play 32X games on the Sega emulator. But at the end of the day, I'm just one of those guys that like to do old school gaming. I play on a CRT. I hook everything up that way, or whatever the case may be. I mean, for goodness sake, last night I was playing this. Street Fighter Double Impact. I was playing that on my Dreamcast. And I mean, it's just how I roll. Sometimes I'll play that, then I'll double back and play the Street Fighter collection. Just what mood I'm in at the time. But it all, at the end of the day, it all brings it all brings up another special moment where I could play these games on my console and actually have fun. Games that I basically dipped my toe in when I was younger, and I'm actually getting older now, and I'm able to buy this stuff and make sure I'm just buying them in the smartest way. And I think that's what I did. I think I did a smart move right here. I need y'all to let me know what y'all think. I'm going to get up out of here. I can ramble all day about these games. Also, I do want to go live at some point and play some games. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see me go back live again. There's going to be some moving and shaking within the coming months, but I can probably manage going live a few times before then, so let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get up out of here. I did manage to get these 3 GameCube games, and I think I did a pretty good thing overall. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out. Peace.